The whoopee stick. Test.
Actually, can I?
Okay, that works. The kitchen. Okay, that actually works. I can do that. Okay, so I don't like. I'm not trying to fucking be a YouTuber over here, but there's a couple things that I think we can make work here, basically. Um, yeah. Ooh la la. Okay. I don't wanna beat around the bush. Unicorn, Charlie, Kilo, Unicorn, Kilo. Okay. I wonder if I can do. Ooh la la. I wanna beat around the bush. Mm. I'm trying to get something set up. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Give me a fucking second here. Uh, Come on, you fuck. Mm. And then my wallet. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. There we go. Innuendo, innuendo, my Nintendo. There we go. That's what I want. Beat around the bush. Foxtrot. Unicorn. Charlie. Kilo. I love AI slop. It's the best. You know what? In the you know where. The you know what. Uh, okay. No, that's not what I want. All right, I can take that off. I had my fill of that. All right, we're gonna pause. If I can pause. Yeah, we're going to take a break now that I've got the stream shit sorted out, and then we're gonna go over this. Okay. So what we're doing. Okay. So all right. We'll start with like I feel like I need to start at some point with like a direction for this or like an explanation. So what we did is Friday. Friday, I made a determination that we were going to add sound. It was kind of the next, like we were working through hit reactions. So the first one was like add a hit stop, and um, then add like animation reactions. So when player got hit, or specifically an AI got hit, they actually responded to that hit like with an animation. And then it was a knockback, and then it was a death animation. Got all that sorted out, and then where I was going to go was like damage markers, right? Like little floating text above the tune's head. And then it was going to be sound, audio, right? And the more I started to dive into audio, the more I was like, I don't know if this is the like here's the thing. I kept looping around it, man. Like should I do this? Should I not do this? I know there's going to be several days worth of work. Um, like overall, like I was just like I don't know. I was like fucked up in my head over it, and I didn't figure it out until this morning. Um, right now, we do not have a proper game loop. We barely have a demo. Like literally, I've built a bunch of systems, um, and got it to a point where like the character can run around, like throw some punches. Stupid and like the AI is literally stupid. Like I have not even implemented behavioral trees or anything like that. This is all through blueprints, man. Like this is just like the AI actor finds the other actor and just goes towards him and throws a fucking punch. That's it. Like it's not that complicated, right? Um, we don't have a proper test environment. We don't have destructibles. We don't have fucking anything like that. Nothing like that, man. So the what hit me this morning is I guess it was more of like an emotional response. Was it I don't know if it was emotional or just like a mental response, but it was basically like I want to do the sound because for me it's important to do the sound and I want to hear the sound. But I think the logical side of me was like it's not important right now, man. Like you've got a bunch of other shit you need to be working on to build a game. And not to say that the sound isn't important. Like the sound is going to be important for the prototype, but it just isn't, right. It would be like me saying, which I do want to do, like, oh, I want to build the inventory system. Why? It's not going to add anything to the demo right now. Yes, it needs to get done, but it's not going to facilitate testing the game loop. And like where I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to get this prototype to a point where I can put it in front of, I don't know, 10 or 20 people and be like, hey, man, play it for 10 minutes. Is it fun? And right now, there's a shitload of stuff to do that is more important than the sound to get there. So, um, I popped open a Chat GPT window. Granted, I agree it's not the best fucking sounding board, but at least it's something. And basically said, hey, there's a bunch of other systems we could be working on right now. I know I want to work on audio. A couple of the things that came up in my mind was like part of the like for me part of the fun feel of this game is that like there's a lot of destructibles, man. Like there's a lot of destructibles. So there's destructibles and like interactables, right? So when you knock a character into a park bench, let's just say a park bench, right? There's a what's it called? A collision box around that, and I want that component to break apart, right? I want it to shatter when they run into it, or I want because it's an isometric view, and we're not like I don't plan right now to be going into buildings or anything like that. When you knock a character into glass, like a glass, like a storefront, that storefront shatters, right? And I haven't sorted all that out yet, but like that's to me more visually appealing as part of the process or more visually appealing as part of the demo than sound is right now. Even the pickup function, like one of the things I want to be able to do is if there's a baseball bat laying on the ground, the player should be able to pick it up and beat the holy shit out of somebody else with it. That's important. Um, so the map, right? So like all of this involves like having a proper map, like a demo environment, right? And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't by any stretch of the imagination, but I have to have a starting point, right? The other thing I was thinking about is like the AI. The AI is dumb right now. There's no perception, there's no behavioral trees, there's nothing, right? So that needs to get fixed. Like the big part of this game is beating up enemies, right? So I'm like, oh well, fuck. I should start like actually building out behavioral trees. Um, so that's another thing. Um, what else? Trying to think what else. Fuck inventory shit. Um, let me see. Damage system. Damage system was the other one, man. And I talked about this on Friday. Like literally right now, damage is being calculated as a base value. It's so I have not mapped out in totality how damage is calculated, right? Um, but I've got a bunch of attributes built into the data model that I can use to calculate that damage. So why aren't I doing that? Like I should be doing that. Like that's a stupid simple not a simple thing. It is a simple thing. It's easy and it's simple because like it's one function that I need to build out with some math, like to pull out attributes and then create a scaling factor off those attributes, and then apply that as my like payload base damage output. Like I don't fucking know why I'm not doing that. I should be doing that, right? Um, so it was a good morning of introspection and hey, let's get back on the right track here. So and I feel a million times better about it. So I think where we're going to start today is we're going to start with our base damage. Okay, um, base damage is currently, if we go into our BPC combat, and again, everything here is all based around blueprint component classes. So then we just stack those component classes onto our character, right? So in our resolve base attack, we're basically assigning base damage, and then we're outputting that to our payload, and then that runs out to whoever fucking needs it. But that resolve base attack is really very simple. See that base, see right here, we have our base damage. This is just a float. And then we're returning that in two separate nodes. And yes, you know, as I think about this, yeah, this is our entire struct, right? This is all the attributes and unique identifiers on these characters, right? Um, all base damage is a float factor. So if we look in our data tables, let's go to, I think it's in base, not in our base attributes. Is it our base attributes? I don't think it is. I think it's in our combat profiles. Need to figure out where I put that. Maybe in our damage profile. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I'm hard coding. So like this is the damage profile for the scrapper default character. Um, it's just a base value. So I'm taking that and I'm outputting it as right here in our base damage. And that's our base damage. So when I smack a motherfucker, that's 12 damage every hit. That's all it is. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's a light hit. It doesn't matter if it's a heavy hit. It doesn't matter what kind of hit it is. It's always outputting 12 damage. So, like, to me, what this creates is yes, these are our base values, but what we really should be doing is in our right here in our resolve base attack values, get resolved stat value. These are just pulling in. See, and again, I've got this stat combat attack power. See, again, I think I'm like, yeah, see this attack power. I've got this attack power, and I don't even know what, like, I'm grabbing that as part of my, like, damage payload struct just because I think maybe I'll be using it. So I kind of need to functionally build out how I'm going to do this. And granted, some of this I may not end up using, like our base damage. I may not end up using that. I may just be like, man, I'm not going to fucking use that. Um, what I may end up doing, I may end up changing a few of these actually. Yeah, I may end up changing out how I'm doing some of this. So, like, I may change base damage to a damage like a base damage multiplier, and turn it into it'll still be a float, but it'll be a much smaller, like it'll be like 1.5. And that base damage is going to be the quantifier or the modifier between a light attack and a heavy attack. Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I need to, like, this is more important than sound right now. So anyway, right now it's going to be some working with Chat GPT to solve how I want to do this first. So I'm going to put on some tunes. I'm going to pull together all my spec documents, my data packages, and we're going to see if we can build an actual data pipeline. All right. So, yeah, whatever. Deal with it. Okay. So, just so you know, the first thing I'm going to have it do is review all the documents, which should be pretty fucking easy. Okay. Now I'm going to have it review our data. So, next, what I'm going to have it do is I'm going to have it review all of our data tables. And I'm going to highlight that we've got multiple like columns, like column references that could impact our damage calculation. And it needs to pay some attention to that shit before we get too deep into damage calculation. A damage. Let's see what it comes back with. Let's see what it fucking comes back with. I will be fucking curious, man. Oh, so slowly. Little fucking Madonna on a Sunday morning for Easter. Nothing wrong with that. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh. What? I don't know if that makes sense. I feel it in my bones. All right. Recommended damage formula. This is from chat. Something like here comes the sun. Okay. So attack power, AP scale. Me. I mean, I don't disagree, but I think this is going to require us changing some of the way the data is being like input, basically. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to build. That's what we're going to have to build. Yeah. Okay, uh, so as I'm thinking about, I'm going to need to output the damage type, whether it's like crit, stagger, knockback, base. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So,
Oh fuck! Dating myself. Little Moby, South Side. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a good tune. Oh shit! It wants us to build a function library. I've never done that. Okay. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay.
Okay, let's see how it does. I wonder if I still have my Stream Deck. If I do, that'd be badass. Plug that fucker in right over here. Bang, 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 bang. All right, I'll be right back. Well, it's fucking doing this stupid shit. Okay. All right. Let's see what it gave us. Uh, 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 uh. Game development, they said. Let's do game development. What? Come here. Come here. Come right here. You get up here. You are fucking ridiculous. Okay. These would actually be easy, I think, to implement here. Let's kill that because I just have to add some features there. Ugh. I've already got the combo step. Yeah, yeah, I can do that too. Maybe I can do that. Maybe. I already got that. I've already got that too. Damage result. That's my hit payload. Where am I doing that, boys? Where am I doing that? Fuck. Ugh. Ugh. Where am I doing that, boys? Oh, that's not it. Jesus Christ, I can't even fucking remember, man. So basically, uh, man, shit. Where am I building that output flow? For the life of me, I fucking can't remember, man. Shut up. Oh, what? Uh, Bullshit. Okay. That's built into. Ah, fuck. That's right. God damn it. Oh my god. Hmm. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a little rough. Mm, that's going to be tough. Hmm. I mean, I think we can do it. I'm not overly concerned with it. We're going to have to make some adjustments, though. We're definitely going to have to make some fucking adjustments. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. What I do want to find out. Let's look at that. Receive hit. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we're probably gonna do that. So this well, the function library we're going to be building in here basically needs to change what's happening here. So this function is basically taking the payload that we receive from BPC combat and now building the final damage results with it. And it's using that as like the authoritative um, data to do all the health calculations. So we're going to have to insert kind of a, this is going to change a little bit. Like I have a feeling what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up calling the function library here and feeding that into our resolve damage struct. That's what I'm having a feeling. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That makes sense. So I've never built a function library before, so I don't really understand the logic involved. But as chat is explaining it, I think I'm understanding it. This is basically just a series of functions inside of a like a library class. So like what I'll end up doing is feeding these values into a node, like a which is basically a function node, and then the output of that function will be fed into here. I think that's the way we're doing this. So fuck yeah, I'm down, man. I'm down with this fucking sickness. Yeah. I'm pretty much down. Should we start building this? I think we should start building this. That's what I think. Okay, before I start on this, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna make some fresh coffee because I think we've got our plan now. I think we know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make some coffee, take a fucking shower, get ready for a fucking day, son. Yep. Let me see. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I'll be back in, I don't know, 20 minutes.